Hello there, my fellow Holotable heroes. We have a brand new conquest just around the corner starting tomorrow night. As always, I will be doing my usual guide, so be on the lookout for those. But because we have new conquest, new Datacron, so this video I just want to go you through my shopping list for Datacrons and my farming priorities and what bonuses I will be on the lookout for. Now, as with the previous set, I also added the new farming list on my Datacrons page on my SWGOH for Life website. The link in the description below. If you haven't seen it yet, you can go ahead and check it out. For those of you that you're not familiar with my farming list, it's not really just a list, but you can also then organize it how you want. So for example, if you feel like, hey, I want to farm Ray first, you can make a Ray or a priority list to do that. For example, if you don't have Color and Back, like I don't, you can go ahead and hide. So you can a little bit customize this list, if you will, just, you know, if however you like, but this is kind of the default order that I will be going through in this video. Oh, I also added by request from some members to be able to add multiple accounts. So for those of you that you want to create multiple lists, you can go ahead and do that. Set 13 is still there, but obviously we can't really farm it effectively anymore. So we'll just be focusing on set 14 today. Overall, set 14, from what I see, is really about level 6 bonuses. That's where the majority of benefits will be coming from. There are also as well a couple of really powerful level 9s. However, this time level 3s are not really like that impactful. In some cases, yeah, but in most cases, you know, your priority should be on level 6. And that's what also the yellow mark on these icons, that's what it means, that that's the one, you know, that's important to get. Like, you know, all the other ones that are not marked with the yellow circle around them, they're nice to have, but not really, I think, essential. So it's kind of like, you know, if you can get it, great, but otherwise you should focus your priorities there first. Okay, so let's just start. Probably you've already seen some footage with Darth Sidious level 9 doing amazing work. So that should probably be #1 priority for most of us out there. It's quite a lengthy one, but essentially Darth Sidious gains extra defense, health, protection, and counter chance, and critical chance, and speed. So stat boosts across the board. Most importantly is 100% counter chance, because he's immune to daze and stun, so he can then counter attack. Which is nice. And then at the start of his turn, he will be dispelling all debuffs on himself and reset all cooldowns. This means if he gets ability blocked, he will dispel that, and he's resetting his cooldowns, and you can keep spamming his AoE over and over again. Now going back to counter chance again, whenever he uses his basic, he inflicts a stack of damage over time. So now not only his AoE, also his basic is applying damage over times, which can't be resisted. And whenever he uses special abilities, he's also dispelling buffs on all enemies. Now the damage over times here will be important, because at the start of each enemy turns, if they have 5 stacks of damage over time, they are instantly defeated. So you can imagine, you do a couple of AoEs and then everybody will die off. So yeah, it's a very powerful one. So I think, you know, we'll be able to do a lot of cool stuff with it, or not, we'll have to see, I guess, in practice. But definitely this one should be kind of, you know, top priority. Now in terms of level 3s and 6, not that important what you got on him. Maybe go with this one for level 3 that gives potency up, so you can make sure that, because the damage over times from basic can't be resisted, but the AoE can be resisted, the damage over time. So maybe extra potency there. And I would suggest maybe protection recovery. Whenever you inflict at least 10 debuffs at the turn, because remember we got AoE, so we should be able to inflict at least 5 debuffs on a regular basis. Just feeding some protection back to Darth Sidious, I think could be nice, just to make him survive long enough to get enough damage over times out there. Okay, and next one is Color and Back. Get level 3, you know, not that important, but I guess you could go for this one. If one of your allies are defeated, you get extra offense and speed, because if you're running this under, let's say, in Grand Arena under Qui-Gon lead, you put it on defense, obviously some enemies will start dying off. So it could be a nice boost, but again, nothing I think too crazy about in level 3s as with others. Now this one could be really powerful. So while Jedis have 100% health, they have 100% offense. Otherwise they have 100% defense. Yikes. So this is gonna be quite powerful. Again, with Caloran back in Territory Wars, or obviously with Qui-Gon in Grand Arena, it's gonna be absolutely nuts, this one. And then the level 9, like with Sidious, with Caloran back, looks really powerful, because guess what? Caloran back gains extra 100,000 protection. And remember, the more protection he has, the more he gives out his buffs, which obviously boost the damage of everybody. So if you do have this guy relicked up, this as well should be high on your priority list. Personally, I do not have Caloran back, so for me personally, I will just go ahead and hide this one. I will not be farming it. The next up on the list, we've got Galactic Legend Ray, again, level 3 is, you know, not that important, I guess. But for defensive purposes, obviously, some offense boost and speed boost once, you know, they start dying off could be nice. The 100% tenacity one, this one, the tenacity itself is okay, I guess, because you can, you know, especially stop some debuffs. However, most important is this one, that resistance allies can't be defeated until each of them has fallen below 100% health once. So no insta-kill with Cal, right? No insta-kills with Commander Ahsoka Tano with this one. You have to get people below 100% health. Talk about timeouts, right? And then for level 9, now Rey does have her own Datacron bonus, which just revives her whenever she's defeated for the first time. But I really think that the Holdo one is the one that will make this a lot more annoying. Yeah, Holdo gains extra health and protection. However, at the start of encounter, all resistance allies and Ben as well, they will be gaining foresight. So if again you're trying to do Pulp Mara thing, they will just evade. No back-to-back turns for Mara. So definitely this season, I believe Starkiller counter to Rey is gonna be totally dead, because yeah. Luckily, Malleus should still work, I think, because his attacks can't be evaded. He prevents revives as well, so I think that still should be good. I mean, it does a lot of other things as well, this Datacron, but you can go ahead and read in your own time. But just the whole foresight thing, I think, will be very annoying to deal with. Up next on the list, for me at least, will be Qui-Gon. For the Qui-Gon team, again, you know, 15% extra offense on defense is nice. However, this is the one, like, right, these guys already do a lot of damage already. Oh boy. And they'll have, at the start of the battle, extra offense. Absolutely nuts. And then I think level 9 Kit Fisto, you should pay attention to this one, because, yeah, Kit Fisto does a lot of things, but check this out. At the start of the battle, grant guard to all other Galactic Republic Jedi. Now remember what guard does from Chewbacca's kit? Can't be stunned, can't be dazed. Because still with Caloran back in there, at least in Grand Arena, Bad Batch can kind of still take down Qui-Gon teams. But if you can't daze them, you can't stun them, this should hopefully totally prevent Bad Batch for even being close to defeating a Qui-Gon team. So personally, I think I'll be going for this one and just see what it does to the team, how it interacts and everything. Then we've got our Darth Malgus. Now see if they have very powerful level 6. Again, level 3s I'm not going to talk about too much, because they're just not really all that great. However, the ability to ignore taunt for Sith allies, that is really powerful mechanics, to be honest, because you may get stuck behind the taunt, like if you're using Malgus versus Riva's taunting like this, you just go like boom, straight for Grand Inquisitor and shut him down, right? Very powerful. Level 9 for Sith Assassin, yeah, I mean, it's a nice to have, but you know, it doesn't look all that great to me at least. And then we have here Bane. To be honest, did Bane really need a Datacron? He pretty much destroys every other team out there already, but hey, let's just make him more crazy. Again, this is nice to have for Bane, because you know, whenever the ally you do run him with will die off, then Bane gets a little bit extra offense and speed. Now Bane already ignores taunt, it's just all the other Sith modifiers, all the other Sith bonuses are kind of weak, I think. So this one, yeah, you already ignore taunt with Bane. However, there's another part with his Datacron, which is whenever Sith ally inflicts a debuff, they also deal some max health damage to them. So I guess a little bit of extra damage. It's not like Bane needs it, right? Now he's level 9. is pretty powerful. But again, I don't think Bane really needed a Datacron, to be honest. But at the start of Bane's turn, everybody gains some buffs, which is whatever, right? However, he will also summon a Sith Trooper in the allied slot, so you will actually have the third team in Bane squad, make it even more powerful. So his level 9 is okay, like nothing too breaking, but again, I don't think Bane even needed a Datacron. He's already doing heavy work. Now we do have a return of the Trench Datacron. This again looks like Bad Batch will be having a hard time this season. Again, days immunity for Separatist allies, which is pretty powerful, obviously, because the Trench team is all about gaining bonus turn meter. And then the level 9 for Trench as well is pretty good, pretty powerful. I mean, we are familiar with already from last time. So definitely one, that will take Trench, especially in Territory Wars. If you do have Omicron and so on him, will make him a bit more useful. Up next, we got Kenobi one. Obviously, there are two ways for Jedi, right? You have this one with 100% offense and 100% health that already we had for Caloran and Qui-Gon. But the other one is preventing revives. Now, preventing revives, I would suggest have a couple of those in your inventory, because it's always nice to have, right? I've been using lately Jedi Master Kenobi with anti-revive for Scoundrel, so whenever Commander Ahsoka Tano insta-kills somebody, like Ben, for example, when I'm using versus Rey, not coming back. So again, having Jedi 1 with anti-revives, I think could be nice, or even taking down in 3v3 those pesky Tusken Raider Omicrons. It's always good to have a couple of those anti-revive ones that can come in handy. And then level 9 Mace is nice to have, nothing too powerful, but if you are using Mace under Jedi Master Kenobi, just a little bit of extra damage there being reflected whenever they hit Mace. And then we have Jedi Master Luke. So I don't know, I would still have, like I said, I have a couple of Jedi ones with preventing revives just in case I need them. Again, potentially this maybe would allow Jedi Master Luke to go ahead and beat Rey's. Because I'm not talking about stats here. I will be adding stats to farm in the future to my farming list, but at the moment not yet. One of the stats is protection, and that's obviously if you add like 50-60% protection on your Jedi Master Luke via Datacron stats, maybe Jedi Master Luke will actually be able to start taking down some of these big teams, and anti-revives are always nice to have, I think. And then General Skywalker. I think General Skywalker could have a good Datacron, especially level 3, right? With General Skywalker, if you put him on defense, right, as enemies are dying off, you first have to kill off all of his allies, and then for each of the defeated allies, which will be 4 of them if it's a full 501st team, General Skywalker will suddenly have plus 80 speed, plus 60% offense on top of this one, while he has 100% health, which he will at all times. He will have 100% offense, even more killing you, and then otherwise 100% defense. So once you get him below 100% health, he will be more durable. So I actually think General Skywalker could benefit a little bit from this Jedi Datacron that we have here, and similar like Jedi Master Luke, if you put some protection stats on him to make him even more durable, I think this could really help a little bit General Skywalker be a bit better. Then we have more Jedi 1. So if you would like, usually we run Jedi Cal and the Basti to take down Malgus. At the moment, yeah, we got a whole Datacron that's kind of making it more difficult. But once the Datacron expires, this team will be back on the menu with Jedi Cal there for level 9. And same, we get extra offense when we're at full health. And Jedi Cal 1, again, nothing too crazy, I think. But, if you do get it, I think, it can boost a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Then we just have a whole bunch of the other kind of Sith squads like Lord Vader, Sith Eternal, Traya. Again, just for defensive purposes. If you do put them on defense, these on defeat boosts are always nice. And all of them, of course, having the ability to ignore taunts is going to be really cool. So, Lord Vader doesn't get stuck behind a taunt. Sith Eternal can go ahead and link anybody, not just somebody that's pre-taunting. And same thing for Traya, you can just get around taunts. Because sometimes you have insta-kill already, somebody's taunting, and then you're like, oh no, I don't want to waste Annihilate on a tank. I want to do it to somebody else. Ignoring taunt, very powerful. Obviously, just something forgot to mention, the taunt is conditional. You can only target debuffed enemies, but all the Sith are dishing out a lot of debuffs, so I don't think you should have issues, obviously, there getting around taunts. General Grievous, we've got again the target lock one, which I guess it will definitely stop Wampa solo, right? Because we get target locked and then Wampa can counterattack. So at least maybe Grievous is back on the menu to being on defense. Especially if you do have stab at level 9, I personally don't. Will help even more for your General Grievous squads. We're slowly getting towards the bottom of the list now. Another resistance one. So maybe similar array, just do the 100% tenacity one just to make it tougher for Night Sisters to actually apply Plague on this if somebody's using Night Sister versus your Finn squad. Level 9 for Finn, not that great, but you know, again, it's a nice to have, but I don't think it will make a whole lot of difference because Finn assisting, he doesn't do a whole lot of damage anyways. And then Admiral Redis, now with Redis, you always lose a couple of people and then you revive, right? And then you get extra offense, so then once Redis does finish off his download progress, his AoE will do even more damage, so that's what I would suggest for Redis. And then for Padme, starting with protection up, remember with Padme, we get lots of synergies around protection up and everything, so at the start of the battle gaining more is very nice. And then finally Geos, I don't get a whole lot of use out of Geos anymore these days, but if you do use them for something, I think the level 6 where you have 25% chance to remove 10% per meter when attacking out of turn. Now 25% chance sounds very low, but remember, everybody assists every time we use any ability. So because there's so many assists, you pretty much guarantee the 10% turn removal with every attack, so it's pretty cool. And then Geospy, again, not that great, but you know, if you do get it, great for your Geos, because it's a really weak one. Whenever Geospy attacks out of turns, they recover health and protection. He's in stealth anyway, so what's the point to give health and protection recovery? He should have like, whenever he attacks out of turn, he gains, I don't know, 10% stacking damage until his next turn or something like that. Just boost the guy's damage, that's what he's there for. Alright guys, so this is my shopping list again. You can go ahead and reorganize it as you please, and then as well as you are, for example, saying, oh, I've got my Sidious at level 9, you can just go ahead and tick it, and you know, once you complete all levels, it turns green, and now then you can move on to the next. So it kind of allows you to as well keep track of where you are with your rerolls and everything. As mentioned before, personally, I'm not doing the Kelleran back one because I do not have him relicked up. I think he's like 5-star or 6 stars or something like that, still farming him. Now, obviously, this is just my opinion. We'll see how actually things come out in practice, but at least it's a starting point if you do want to go through and start putting your farming priorities for Datacrons. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow in a Galactic Challenge video and a Conquest Sector 1, guys. So very busy day for me tomorrow. But until then, have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.